I'd like to welcome you to another Kali Tutors tutorial session. In this tutorial session, we'll be focusing on SUS1501 assignment number 2. I have received many requests from students who are unable to locate their assignment. So if you are a first year student and have never used my Moodle before, this is how you are going to access your assessment number 2. You'll first log in to my UNISA. Once you are inside my UNISA, click on my modules. You will see there is a drop down icon here. Just simply click on this to get the list of the modules that you are currently registered for. Once you have this open, search for SUS1501 25 S1 a number, and then after the number you'll see a T. If you don't have a link that ends with a T like this, it simply means that you have not yet been grouped and you can't access your assignment. So this group will be used to submit assessment, to debate with other students, and so on. So simply click on this group link. You'll notice this one simply ends with an S1 and this one simply ends with a T. Click on the one that ends with a T. So after clicking on that one, it will take you to the group link. So this is the group site. The other one is a general one. This one is the group one. So this is monitored by your teaching assistant. So your teaching assistant is often referred to as your TA. So you'll scroll using this sidebar here and search for SUS assessment number 2. We're looking for assessment number 2. In this case, this is your assessment number 2. Please note that before you do assessment number 2, you must have completed all the lessons, from the beginning up to here. So click on this one. So after clicking on this one, you'll get instructions for this assessment. Please make sure that you read everything that's written here. One of the key information that you must read is this one, where they say please submit your assessment as a typed Word document. Do not paste scans into a Word document. We will not mark assignments that Turnitin cannot read. If you are asked, you must accept the end user license agreement for Turnitin. We will not mark assignments if they are not submitted to Turnitin because you haven't accepted this. Please make sure that you complete all steps in the submission process and check that the file is in fact submitted. Take a screen grab of the submission and keep this as proof. So that's basically all that you need to read in terms of key information, and make sure that before you submit your assessment number 2, you have done assessment number 1. This is important. Here they say you may get 0 for this assessment if you have not submitted your assessment number 1. Please note that if you're doing this module semester 1, there is a confusion, but don't bother yourself with that. Just simply use the template that is provided to answer the questions. So in this semester, if you're doing this in semester 1, don't worry too much about this. So the only instructions in terms of your assessment is the instruction that is on the file that you're going to download. So let us look at how to download the file that you're going to use. So this is your template. Simply click on the template to download it. If I click on this here, it will get downloaded. As you can see, I have downloaded the assessment template. Once you have downloaded the assessment template, everything that you need for this assessment is in that template. So I think before we look at the assessment template, it is important that I show you how to submit your work. So once you have your file, this is where you're going to submit your work. you will click add submission. Okay, so after clicking add submission, you will get these options here. If you've never used Turnitin before, you must accept this license agreement. Okay, simply click accept the Turnitin EULA. Okay, once okay, and then it will tell you that thank you for accepting the new Turnitin EULA. Okay, all future submissions will now be sent to Turnitin for processing. Those of you who are not familiar with Turnitin, okay, Turnitin is a program that checks whether you've actually copied your work from somebody else's work. Okay, it compares your work to submitted files. Okay, and then indicates the percentage of the content that you actually copied from some other sources, or maybe the content that is similar to others if you haven't copied, because sometimes you might think of the same thing but it's rare. Okay, so for those of you who have already submitted your work, I'm sure some of you are worried because the percentage is, in most cases, is supposed to be above 50. The reason being is that your template already contains some text. That text is going to be highlighted by Turnitin as something that had already been submitted. Okay, so don't worry about that. I know they are expecting that you guys will have a percentage of roughly 60. Okay, but if it goes up to 70, 80, you must check which sections of your file have actually been identified as being similar to other people's work. Okay, you can do that after the submission, because Turnitin or Moodle allows you to actually check which content is similar to others, or which content has been flagged by Turnitin. Okay, I'll show you that process when the time is right. Okay, I think it is the time now to go to our template and look at what we are expected to write. Okay, so this is what you're going to see after opening the template. Okay, it will give you the option to actually enable editing. Please click on this here, just enable editing, and then it will open like this. Okay, so your template is initially empty in terms of where you're supposed to write your answers and stuff like that. Okay, so they actually indicated where you're supposed to write your answers. Okay, so after reading all the instructions, which is something that we are going to do next, you will actually start typing your answers here. Just delete the text here and then write whatever answer that you think is okay, and then you move on to the next one. You don't have to change the formatting. Write your answer here as well, and then move on to the next one, blah 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 blah, and so on. Okay, so that's basically all that you're supposed to do. Make sure that you answer all the questions. So you'll notice that in some questions they actually specify the number of words that you're supposed to use. Okay, in this case they say your answer should be a minimum of 200 words. Please note that whenever they say a minimum, they simply mean you must write more than 200, or at least, meaning if you fail to write more than 200, you cannot write less than 200. If you write less than 200 words, you will get 0. For some of you might actually ask me, how then are we supposed to calculate the number of words? Okay, if you are familiar with Word, you know that by simply highlighting the text, it actually gives you the number. It tells you how many words you have highlighted. So in this case, I have highlighted 12 words and the document has 641 words. Okay, so make sure that you write whatever you're supposed to write, then highlight the text. Okay, and then just write the number of words by simply copying the number from here. Okay, so that's basically all that you're supposed to do in terms of this assignment. Okay, So let us look at the assignment itself in more details now.